Hey Amazon sellers! Today I'm diving into 5 advanced PPC tips that will take your campaigns to the next level. If you're serious about optimizing your ads and driving better results, stay tuned because these tips will help you get more out of your Amazon PPC budget. Ready to see your ads work smarter, not harder? Let's jump in. Tip 1. Negate your brand and competitor brand names in auto, broad, and phrases match campaigns. Sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to clean up your data. Why? Including your brand names in these campaigns can make your metrics look amazing, high CTR and strong conversions. But here's the thing, those numbers can be misleading. Why? Because people searching for your brand are already familiar with you, so you're just getting warm leads. Similarly, when your ads appear for competitor brands, the conversion rates tend to be lower. People searching for your competitors are already brand biased, so this inflates your ACoS and messes with your real campaign data. So, for example, here we have a search term report from one of our managed accounts covering the last 30 days. As part of our standard optimization process, we already negated all branded keywords from our auto, broad, and phrase campaigns. Now, let's go ahead and filter the customer search term column and type in the brand name. As you can see, all the branded search terms are showing up under a dedicated, segmented, branded campaign, exactly where they should be. This setup gives us a clean and isolated performance data. It ensures that metrics like ACoS, CTR, and conversion rate for non-branded keywords aren't artificially inflated by high-performing branded traffic. Now let's look at another example. Here we have a sheet that lists the top competitor brand names relevant to products in this account. What we do is add all of these competitor brand names as negative keywords in our auto, broad, and phrase campaigns. This prevents our ads from being triggered by competitor branded searches, which typically result in low conversion rates and wasted ad spend. But, very, very important to note, this doesn't mean you should completely avoid targeting competitor brands. You can still go after competitor terms, but it should be done through a separate and dedicated campaign where you can closely monitor performance and adjust the strategy as needed. In this way, we keep a clean structure and make sure that budget isn't accidentally spent on irrelevant or low-performing traffic. Tip 2. Prioritize search term analysis over immediate bid adjustments. Next, don't jump straight to lowering your bids when you see a high ACoS. That might be your first instinct, but here's the thing. High ACoS doesn't always mean you're bidding too aggressively. Often, it's just that your ads are showing up for irrelevant search terms. Before you adjust your bids, check your search term reports. If you notice irrelevant or low converting search terms, add them as negatives to stop wasting your budget. So here's an example from one of our newly onboarded accounts. When we reviewed the account, we noticed that the client had aggressively increased the bids on this auto campaign. The goal was to boost visibility and get more exposure for their products. However, after the bid increase, the campaign began spending heavily and the ACoS spiked to around 550%. That's a huge red flag. So we dug into the campaign and reviewed the search term report. And sure enough, we found several irrelevant search terms that were receiving a high number of clicks but with zero orders. These poor performing terms were clearly eating up the budget without driving conversions. So what did we do? We added these irrelevant search terms as negative keywords to immediately stop the wasted spend. The result? The ACoS dropped significantly shortly after applying the negatives. Tip 3. Prevent campaigns from running out of budget. Now, let's talk about campaigns running out of budget. If your campaign exhausts its daily budget, it stops showing ads. That means you miss out on valuable clicks even if your campaign is performing well. To monitor this, check the budget tab in Amazon Ads and identify campaigns with average time in budget below 100%. If a campaign is performing well, increase the budget. But if it's not, don't just add more money. Check for irrelevant search terms and adjust bids accordingly. So here's how you can check which campaigns are going out of budget inside your Amazon advertising console. First, go to the Budgets tab. Next, apply a few filters to narrow it down. Set the status filter to Active and Enabled Campaigns. Then, apply the filter Average Time in Budget is less than 100%. You can also select the date range you want to review, the last 7 days, 30 days, or a custom period. This will give you a filter list of campaigns that are running out of budget within your selected time frame. Now, here's how to act on the data. For low ACoS campaigns, those that are performing well and driving profitable results, you can confidently increase your daily budget. This helps ensure the campaign runs all day and continues to capture valuable traffic. But for campaigns that are not performing well, it's important not to simply throw more budget at them. Instead, do some cleanup. Start by checking the search term report. Look for any irrelevant or low converting search terms. Add those terms as negative keywords, either exact or phrase match, to prevent future wasted spend. You may also want to reduce bids to better control spend in underperforming segments. And consider implementing day parting strategies, limiting ad delivery to the hours when conversion rates are typically stronger. Tip 4. Leverage the search term impression share report. Now, let's talk about how you can use the search term impression share report to find untapped opportunities. This report tells you how often your ad appears for a given search term compared to your competitors. Look for high-performing terms that aren't getting enough impressions. Increasing bids for these terms can help you win more auctions and capture the hidden traffic. So here we have a search term impression share report downloaded from one of our managed accounts. This is what the raw data looks like. What we typically do first is aggregate the search terms either by child ASIN or by parent ASIN. In this case, since the data is all under one parent ASIN, we can keep it simple. Let's select all the data and insert a pivot table. In the pivot table editor, we'll set the customer search terms as the rows. Then we add the following fields into the values section: search term impression rank, search term impression share, impressions, clicks, orders, spend, sales. Once those are added, we select everything in the pivot table and copy and paste it into a new area outside the pivot. Then we can temporarily hide the pivot table to clean up the view. Next, we update the headers for clarity. Let's rename the columns as search terms, average impression rank, average impression share, impressions, clicks, orders, spend, and sales. And now we'll add a new column, conversion rate. The formula is simple: orders on clicks. Apply that formula down the entire column so we can evaluate each term's efficiency. Now let's filter the average impression rank to show only values greater than 5. What we're doing here is identifying search terms that have low impression share. They are not showing up very often in search results. But here's the thing, we also want to check their conversion rates. If any of these low-ranking search terms are converting well, then they are likely underutilized. This presents an opportunity. By increasing bids on these specific search terms, we can improve their visibility and bring in more qualified traffic. Tip 5. Implement single keyword campaigns. Finally, let's talk about single keyword ad groups. By focusing on just one keyword per campaign, you get total control over how you optimize your bids, placements, and targeting. This can lead to better performance, especially for high-converting, high-volume keywords. Alright, so here's the live example of a single keyword campaign from one of our managed accounts. As you can see here, we've structured this campaign with just one keyword. This level of focus allows us to isolate and scale the performance of this specific keyword more effectively. Take a look from January to this month. You'll notice a consistent upward trend in sales while ACoS remains under control. That's not by accident. With this setup, we're able to closely monitor how this keyword performs and make targeted optimizations as we go. One of the biggest advantages of this structure is the ability to apply placement-level bid adjustments strategically. For example, if we go to the bid adjustment, here you can see that we've applied a higher bid adjustment on top of search, and that's because this placement is delivering strong CTR and low ACoS. On the other hand, if you look at the product pages placement, you'll notice there's no bid adjustment at all. This is because, based on performance data, product pages were giving us the lowest CTR and the highest ACoS, so we are avoiding overspending there. Single keyword campaigns are especially effective for high-converting, high search volume keywords. They let you fine-tune your approach, increase ad efficiency, and ultimately scale your results while boosting organic rank. If you're managing Amazon PPC and looking for a performance edge, this is one strategy worth testing. And that's it for today's advanced PPC tips. Implementing these strategies will give you more control over your campaigns and help optimize your results. If you're looking for more in-depth Amazon PPC tips, don't forget to grab our free PPC troubleshooting guide linked below. This is the exact guide that our PPC experts use internally to diagnose newly onboarded accounts. It's packed with actionable steps you can use to troubleshoot and improve your PPC campaigns right away. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay updated on more helpful Amazon selling tips. Thanks for watching and good luck with your PPC campaigns.